I just have about 10 questions to ask you, if that's all right. Okay, perfect. So, I first just wanted to talk to you about like what exactly is like your position and what kinds of things do you do as a general manager at Hyatt House?
Okay. Yeah, so I'm the general manager here. A lot of stuff. Pretty much general manager does whatever is needed. um, Working the front desk, cleaning if we need to. A lot of financial stuff, just looking at the budget and determining what we need to, purchase. And that's kind of on the expense side. And then on the revenue side, we work closely with a revenue manager to kind of determine, where to set pricing. And so pricing can be very dynamic. It's no longer kind of your static pricing. It's, very dynamic depending on demand and what your competitors are doing. So working a lot in that area as well. Meeting with owners at least once a week, going through the numbers and, obviously they'll ask you, why did we, surpass our budget in this area, or why are we doing great in this area, and you have to be prepared to explain those things. but dealing with vendors as well, just trying to determine the best price for the hotel in terms of, whatever it may be, food or landscaping or laundry, whatever it takes. But at the end of the day, I think the two most important responsibilities is not just the financials and hitting numbers, but the customer service piece. Like, that's really huge. We have to make sure we're performing better than the other hotels in that area. But I would say those are the two most important, financials and the customer service piece.
Very cool. Thank you so much for giving me the background kind of what you do. And that makes a lot of sense, trying to deal with or trying to balance the finances with the customer service, because if you're succeeding in one and not so much the other, it could create some issues. So that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
I even throw in psychologists, and because you're like dealing with not just guests, but with all your employees and their things that they're facing. So they're always wanting to meet with you. So and everybody's personality is so different, so you really have to know how to kind of talk to everybody.
That's true. So right now, I guess customer service is kind of something that's been around, for a really long time, and it's something that ebbs and flows and evolves. But right now is such a peculiar time with this coronavirus pandemic. And because the coronavirus is impacting so many hospitality businesses and companies right now, how is your company handling this pandemic?
Yeah, so we definitely got hit hard, like all hotels did. Some of it actually closed. But yeah, we've had to kind of reduce our staff by amount. Could you hold just a moment?
Yes.
Okay.
He has another call. While he's gone, I guess I can just say I'm interviewing Eric Lorenzana. He's the general manager of the Hyatt House in Pleasant Grove, Utah. We were supposed to meet up to have a face-to-face interview tomorrow, but some things came up, and he was nice enough to do a phone interview with me. So. That's all right. So,
Yeah.
just is there anything else that you wanted to mention about how this pandemic has been affecting your particular company?
Yeah, so we have had to close our restaurant and bar, just due to low occupancy and, just not really having the financial resources to keep it open. It wouldn't make sense anyway, because in the beginning our occupancy is pretty low. We've had to put some measures in place in terms of purchasing new cleaning chemicals that are specifically for COVID-19. We've had to put tables in our front area just to kind of separate us, to keep us 6 feet away from guests. The pool was closed for a little while. Now it's reopened. Breakfast as well. So everything's prepackaged. It's kind of to-go breakfast, and so we no longer have, as of right now, a buffet. It's hard to. We've had to modify that as well.
That sounds like you had to make a lot of changes all at once. That probably would have been something that was a little stressful for yourself to manage as the general manager.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. The employees, we had to send out letters in terms of who's going to be furloughed and who will have reduced hours. Even from an HR perspective, it was time consuming.
What trends do you see happening and continuing because of this pandemic? What trends in the hospitality world, I guess, do you see that things that you might have had to change because of this pandemic? Do you think will continue just because it's good sense?
Yeah, I think a couple things. One, I think, for example, the buffet breakfast. I don't think we're going to allow guests to serve on their own. We'll probably have a breakfast attendant do that for us, for the guests. So I can see that changing in terms of just serving food and maybe even a coffee. That way less contact, people touching it. Probably just have the breakfast attendant serve the coffee. So I can see that changing for sure. And just the way we clean rooms as well. It's from the chemicals we use to just doing a more thorough job. I know some brands are using hospital grade cleaning chemicals to sanitize the rooms and the lobby area, pretty much the entire hotel. So I can see that changing for sure. This is just my opinion, but I think, slowly you'll probably start to see people not wearing, masks and gloves anymore. I don't think that's going to be a standard. But I could definitely see cleaning for sure and breakfast and food, just people, we can minimize the contact, guests touching things. I could definitely see that happening.
Right. Okay, yeah, and those things aren't things that are, super crazy precautions. Those are just, good sense things that could help improve, the guest experience and whatnot. So that makes a lot of sense. Just despite the pandemic, or maybe even with the pandemic, how do you see your position evolving over the next several years?
Yeah, I think, like I said, given that we've had less associates here and because of low occupancy and just even calling vendors, had to call vendors and say, hey, can you give us a better price or not charge us this month or skip a payment or whatever the case may be. Actually, hotels kind of tightening up in terms of maybe the number of employees they need or even the type of services that they need. I could see a lot more kind of scaling back in that area. I think those would be probably the biggest things that I see right now.
Okay, very cool. Also, I forgot to ask, how long have you been a general manager? Not necessarily just at this employer, but in general.
Yeah, let me see. maybe, I guess 4 years. I've done a lot in the industry, but yeah, I'd say probably 4 years as a general manager.
Okay, very cool. What skills do you wish that you had before entering this field? Not necessarily just as a general manager, but in the hospitality field in general.
I mean, honestly, I guess growing up and everything, I was always kind of quiet, shy person. I guess maybe more outgoing kind of person. But the one thing I've learned too is that I mean, it's important, but it's not critical. You know, the most important thing is, I guess, want somebody who's like sincere and genuine. You know, that's what they want, and they can sense it. Right? They can sense if you're being superficial or not. But I mean, that's it for me. That's probably one thing I wish maybe I was a little more outgoing.
I definitely relate to that. I'm very introverted into myself, and yet I've chosen this career path that I kind of have to try to be more outgoing.
That's how I feel. I mean, I'm actually more of an introvert than extrovert. So.
Oh yeah. Would you say that you've picked up some extrovert-like skills on the job?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think it helps. You know, obviously, I've been in the industry for over 20 years, so it's, you talk to people, you kind of know what to say and how to start a conversation, things like that.
Okay. Is there something in particular, since you said that you've been working in the industry for about 20 years, is there something in particular that attracted you to your current employer?
Yeah, so actually, when I came out, I used to run a hotel in New York City, so I moved out west just to be close to family. I actually didn't have a job when I came out here. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, so I like to do my research before I take any job. You know, I'll research the company, I'll look at reviews from employees, I'll look at reputation, everything, because, I don't want to work just for anybody, right? I want to work for a company that I feel like I fit in well and will enjoy working for and have a good reputation. So I always do my research before joining any company at all. And so that's what I did with the current company I'm with. And honestly, I can honestly say it's the best company I've ever worked for. So.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thanks.
So since you've been, kind of around the block and you've seen different places to work and you've had different experiences in your career path, what advice would you give to someone wishing to start a career in this field?
To be flexible and open-minded. Unfortunately, it's not a career where, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5.
Right.
High paying,
Yeah.
at the beginning, it's, you really have to kind of put your time in and earn your stripes in hospitality. That's one of those type of industries. But if you love it and you're willing to move around, kind of hop around hotels and things like that, that's kind of how you move up, quicker if that's what you want to do. But yeah, I was just saying, you just have to be flexible and open-minded.
Okay. Sounds
like I said,
good.
I've worked in Miami, Atlanta, New York, New Jersey, so.
Wow. Is there something that made you decide that you wanted to move from the East Coast to the West Coast? Was it just family, you said?
Yeah, that's the main reason, really. And then also just working in your city, kind of wears you out, too.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so it's always nice, nice little change to come out west. So.
Okay, very cool. Is there something that you think that maybe someone like me in my position, just being in school and learning about the hospitality field and more about customer service and whatnot, is there anything that you would suggest doing now to best prepare for a career in hospitality management?
Yeah, I mean, if you study as much as you can and, just, really it's all about just, if it's something you really enjoy and you have a good attitude, just as far as you maintain that good positive attitude. For example, even when I hire somebody, right, even if they have years of experience, but they don't have the right attitude or, pleasant, I'm not going to hire that person.
Right.
I want to hire somebody, because, they're going to be the face of the company, right? They're going to be the one in front of the guest. So,
Mhm.
You want somebody who's going to portray that, right? Somebody who's going to be happy and smiling and things of that nature. But, yeah, I would just say, be positive and, when it's that time to look for a job and it's a job that you really want, just show the employer that you really want that job. Because companies, they want to hire people who want to work for them and we're excited to be there, kind of a thing. So,
Right.
yeah, that'd be my advice. Just, just show them that you want the job. Just make them know that I'll do whatever it takes, to have this job and I'll do a great job. And, yeah, just always radiate, just positive attitude.
Great. Well, I will definitely make sure that I'm doing that, practicing it, I guess, in my class now, so that I can.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say. You don't have to, be like this super bubbly person, right?
Right.
He's kind of a person. Yeah, just be just be genuine and positive and sincere. People don't feel that about that. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your advice, and thank you so much for spending this time answering some of my questions from my
No
class.
problem.
Yeah, thank you. And it was nice to, I guess, virtually meet you.
Yeah, likewise. And yeah, if you ever need to stay, let me know. I'll give you a discount here. So.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Well, thanks for all your help, and have a good day.
Thanks, you too. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.